Hello, my name is Bailey. I think the current situation, what's been going on in the UK, is ridiculous to say the least. It's put so many pressures on so many people for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Such as myself, I was working during the day that the riot happened, where it put people in fear to go to work and do things like that. It was just senseless for such a stupid reason at the same time. It was just abhorrent, to say the least.
Well, to be honest with you, I've always found any kind of riot very ridiculous. It's always oh, I know, let's riot, let's destroy some buildings, let's destroy some property. That's gonna make the world a better place, isn't it? It's always me trying to understand the ridiculous part of it. I mean, this is a reason I don't like protests. I know a lot of protests can be peaceful, but a lot of them do tend to turn into riots, so I like to stay away from all of that.
Hello, my name's Rachel. My thoughts on the current situation in the UK is it's just devastating. It's really sad. Unfortunately, you know, some people want to follow suit and go and commit, you know, crime and destruction, and there's absolutely no need for it. It was unfortunate to see what happened on County Road in Liverpool, and the library, the local library that was used by local people. A lot of the young people at Yellow House were scared, upset, worried about, you know, coming into the city centre. But we make sure that we're there for people, and we make sure that we're there for all of the young people. Each and every person has their own different needs and wants, and we just try and do what we can to maintain some kind of stability in their life.
My name is George McCain. I'm the founder and mentor at Yellow House, a registered charity working with young people here in Liverpool, and have been for 38 years. So we've seen a lot of issues raised with young people through those years. In Liverpool in the 1980s, what they call the financial crisis of 2008, which affected charities. And the recent disturbances have had a very profound effect on me personally. The city where I live in, and it's the city where the young people live. I'm worried about the current situation. I'm not being over dramatic about it, because as I just said, I've seen it before. But what does worry me is the effect it's having on young people within Yellow House and generally, and also the effect that it's having on young people to get sucked into that, to think that there's something somehow attractive or fun or fascinating about going out and being destructive and getting involved in these things. And as always, the people behind the scenes who manipulate these situations, we don't see those getting into serious trouble. But it's very sad for me to think that any young people will be sucked into this and end up getting in trouble. It's bad times. The worrying thing is we not only saw disturbances and destructiveness, but to me we saw a lot of opportunism, and also I could sense that some of the people who were getting involved in it that didn't really know what it was about. Yellow House is an organisation that works primarily with young people with mental health and neurodiverse situations, and I know that they're frightened, and I know that they're fearful, which they were anyway. They felt lonely and isolated and left out, because they, for example, getting the bus into Yellow House on their own was almost an impossibility. It's even worse now. My question is, in a way, because I don't have the answers. I know I have the answers within Yellow House. What we do in Yellow House, we protect and make sure all our young people are safe. But where does this take us? Where does this take society? It's I don't know what the word is even. Sad, tragic, fascinating. I wouldn't like to use that word. It's difficult times for young people. It's difficult times for youth workers. It's difficult times for charities working with young people because funding is being cut left, right and centre. And yet we're turned to answer all the questions of society. And yet myself and the workers within Yellow House, and I've spoken locally and nationally and internationally, by the way, to youth workers in the recent weeks. And the strain and stress specifically in the UK on funding is making our work more and more difficult. And yet society, the system, wants more and more answers from us and more help. It's not just about money. I'm not saying that. We've been doing this for 38 years, massively underfunded. These are difficult times